And we are live on YouTube. I am thankful and grateful for everyone that is watching this live as part of the Zoom call or watching my live simulcast on YouTube or listening to the live simulcast broadcast on my internet radio station on the Sevens with Pisces B Metatron. For all of those that are catching this on YouTube, I'd like for you guys to do me a little favor. If you have not done so already, hit the subscribe button. Then go over to that little bell and drop down that bell for notifications, and then click the notification that serves you best so that anytime that I'm going live or anytime that I add any content to my YouTube channel, you will be notified. Again, I'm thankful and grateful for everyone that is here on this afternoon. You could have been anywhere else that you wanted to be. However, you chose to spend a little bit of time with me. I hey there, Miss Lemons, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm great too. Oh man, looking forward to breaking down all that did and did not happen on yesterday. All right. So we're going to jump right into it. We are live. This is on the Sevens with Pi Frisbee Metatron, where we come to awaken, ascend, and expand. I am Pi Frisbee Metatron, your hostess with the mostest. And today is a very good day to be me. Every day. It's a very good day to be me. I believe this. I live this. I bees this, and I require this. So, however, and wherever you may be listening or watching the live broadcast or a replay, I want you to do yourself a favor. Take a deep breath in through your nose, hold it, and then release. And repeat this after me. Today is a very good day to be me. Every day is a very good day to be me. I believe this, I live this, I bees this, and I require this. And I guarantee you this. You make that mantra a part of your daily ritual and then go about doing the things that it will motivate you to do. Guarantee you this, your life gets better exponentially each and every day. I'm thankful and grateful for everyone that is here. Like I said, you could be anywhere else, but you chose to spend a little time with me this afternoon. And for that, I am eternally grateful. All right, let's just jump right on in to uh, the happenings of today. We're going to talk about the April 8th, 2024 portal opening, Aries new moon solar eclipse with this soul vibe. And before I get into the particulars of it, I just want to uh, talk about some of the shenanigans that were going on uh, in the lead up to the Eclipse exact station event. I mean, I had folks reaching out to me, asking, what was going to happen and did they need to empty out their bank account and should they go buy a bunch of food. And I was just laughing. And then I turned on the television and I saw on numerous channels newscasters talking about the eclipse and folks standing around. First of all, standing around without glasses, looking up at the sun, and just making a really big spectacle out of something that I take very seriously and is actually a spiritual event. And it just lets me know that before the revolution comes more ridicule. They have to ridicule the things that I know will be necessary once we go forward, once the shit really jumps off. So just know that I'm sure some of y'all got some stories about something that you saw or heard yesterday. The funniest shit that I saw or heard was from today. I went to the store this morning to get some food, and when I came up to the cash register, they had this jar full of Eclipse glasses. You know, them things that you wear to look at the eclipse? Yeah, and they were selling them today for 50% off. I was like, you guys are really, 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 really sick. You're really, really sick with it. Anybody want to share any funny shenanigan you heard or saw or someone said to you on the lead up to and up to and through yesterday? Yes, Miss Lemons, go right ahead.
That's funny, by the way. But
Yeah.
50% off. Well, I saw on Twitter somebody saying that they basically did a recall on those glasses.
Uh-huh.
So let's see what happens. I wish all of them great health, but let's see what happens with that.
Let's
But
see.
yeah, I saw that, and a lot of people still talking about like the whole thing with J. Cole, which he is a tropical Aquarius, and
Yes.
everybody about how terrible his response was to Kendrick to do a song to respond in a rap diss, but then
Right.
he turned around and was like, you know what, that's not who I really am. I've been through stuff where I did that and I lost the person and I can't get that back.
Right.
So I don't want to participate because that's not who I am no more. And everybody calling him soft. I'm like, he literally said, I'm keeping it real. And people
See, we have, and thank you for that, Ms. Lemon. We have a significant part of the population, whether they realize it or not, they want to hold on to the old regime and the old narratives and the old ways and means of living and being. And then we have another portion of the population, whether they know it or not, they are processing through, facing up to, and releasing some long-held traumas and some long-held inauthentic versions of themselves. And this is the time, Pluto and Aquarius, this is the time when folks is going to step out and say, nah, brother, I'm not hanging. I'm not doing that no more. I'm cool. And if this is how y'all want to get down, y'all go ahead. Y'all go play with each other. I'm done. I'm done. It is amazing how folks can get it in their head that the person that you knew, like me, like you knew me when I was 18 and I'm 61, you think I'm still that same person I was at 18? I I hope you're not the same person that you were when we were 18, because yeah, if you are, then there's something seriously wrong with the way that you view life and maturity. One last thing before we get into the uh, lesson for today. I had heard so many so-called spiritual folk, and I call them so-called because they barely got through their first book of astrology, and now they want to read people's charts and shit, or they barely found out about Orisha, and here they go. They want to be the yeah. But I seen so many folks claiming and affirming that they was getting their superpowers yesterday, and I had to bust out laughing because I and everybody else was born with your superpowers. When I split my mama's portal, all the superpowers I was ever going to get came with me when I split the Y. And yesterday was just the latest system update and upgrade. Uh, we got to be, we as the elders of this thing, we have to be more willing to clap back on the young neophytes who are coming up, and letting them know that, you know, it's going to take a little bit more than just reading one book in order to be able to truthfully and with integrity break bread with any of these sciences. You can't just read one book and think your ass is ready to go. You're not. You're not. I have honed my craft 55 years. And every time I step in front of y'all, I have a moment where I'm like, I'm not ready. So don't think just because you done read a book or two that you ready. It takes time and it takes life. Look, I would suggest everybody don't start reading for other people, at least until you go through your own first Saturn return. You don't even know shit yet until you get to your first Saturn return. And your whole life is going to flip upside down in that first Saturn return. And you may find yourself going in a whole totally different direction. Totally different direction. I went into my first Saturn return a crackhead. Yeah, crackhead, doing nothing, wasn't worth a fuck. Came out and I was peddling Jesus as a minister, as a preacher. That whole life just turned all the way upside down. Going in, couldn't have told me that I would have been a minister coming out of that shit. Farthest thing from my personal choice. It wouldn't have been the thing I chose for myself personally. Guaranteed that. Guaranteed. All right. All right. Any other comments before we get on into the lesson? Nope. All right. Well, here we go. Yesterday, on April 8th, 2024, at 11:21 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, we experienced the portal opening Aries new moon solar eclipse exact station event. This is a provoking portal opening Aries new moon solar eclipse, and it will stimulate, trigger, and arouse our individual motivation and productivity, and infuse each of us with individual inspiration and tremendous vitality. This instigating portal opening Aries new moon solar eclipse also has a healing and growth encouraging Chiron Kazemi, which did illuminate and expose every obscure and hidden self-doubt or any other internal or external impediment that is keeping each of us from manifesting our highest good goals, desires, and active pursuits. Yesterday's portal opening Aries new moon solar eclipse served as a jumping off point for abrupt and radical reorganizations or shakeups, unforeseen, unexpected, and unusual happenings and events, surprises out of no damn where, and instant and impactful alignments or synchronicities.
Yeah, I'm about to break my hair. Just
We have been experiencing eclipses concerning the Aries Libra axis since April 2023, and they'll end in March of 2025, which have prompted many of us to have to rewrite the scripts that govern our daily lives and lifestyles, as well as concerning our choices in personal and professional relationships. Because of all of the energetic, emboldening, and igniting energy contained therein, and as a Mars-ruled sign, Aries burst onto the dance floor with fire and pizzazz. Think back, you at the club, and folks is out there dancing, and you got people along the tables, and this conversation is going on, and music is blasting, and then the Aries walk in, and the record scratches and the music stops and everybody shuts up and watches as the Aries makes their way in with a grand entrance. This cardinal fire sign delights in bold acts of heroism, facing the tests of inner resolve and of displaying outer strength, and opportunities to refine itself as it gallantly plows through the adversities of life and living. There is a constant need for and of competition, whether within itself or with others, and that is the battlefield of choice. And similarly, yesterday's portal opening Aries new moon solar eclipse heralds and calls our most adventurous, confident, and courageous self up front and center and under the bright spotlight of ascension, expansion, and growth. Anybody, I'm gonna open it up real quick. Anybody felt that in the couple of days leading up to, and definitely yesterday after lunch? Anybody feel that your confident self is coming? Feel that your assurance in yourself is coming? Feel that regardless of what anybody is saying, thinking, or believing, bam, I'm gonna bust out? Anybody? Yes. Yes, yes. All right, all right, all right. Very good, very good, very good. Boo, 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 boo. Yet this eclipse certainly intensifies, magnifies, and encourages Aries' craving for thrill-seeking experiences that usher in various states of excitement, since it takes place next to the north node of the moon, a point in space that guarantees and demands increase. Y'all feeling like y'all ready to expand? Anybody else feeling like they ready to clear out some drawers so that all of the abundance that's coming to you, you'll have somewhere to store it? Anybody else feeling that? I definitely started feeling that Friday, 3.5 days prior to the exact station event. Yeah, yeah, yeah. As this will be intensely felt for the next 2 weeks. I mean, super intense for the next 2 weeks. And then lightly felt until October 24th. And then it won't come back around again until March 2025, when it's time to close the door on it. Be wary of the instinct and the urge to push yourself too hard along your path of manifesting your highest good goals, desires, and active pursuits. Now, I know some of us ain't pushed shit in a while. And some of us been slow pushing for a minute. And I know how we all feel. I feel like it's time to get up and get busy with all 7 of my projects that are in various stages of completion. And I want to get busy with all 7 of them right now. No, hold on there, brother. Hold on there, sister. Hold on. Pace the push. Y'all feel me what I'm saying? Pace the push. Don't just take off hell bent, bang, running forward with eyes closed, just all exuberant and excited. Calm down and know that finishing one project to completion and then starting the next one and finishing that one to completion and starting the next one and finishing that one to completion is a much better road to go on. And you will guarantee yourself smaller and attainable victories that will keep you motivated to go to the next project, to the next one, to the next one. If you lump all of your projects into one big picture and you don't complete even one of them, a lot of us get discouraged and just say, fuck it, and won't do nothing else. And just put all of the shit down. Take them one at a time, and pace yourself. Pace yourself. And yes, give yourself some grace. Give yourself some grace. Should you find yourself working tirelessly and for all hours of the night, or mentally fixated and relentlessly staying and projecting into the future, or extremely forcing your body into draining situations of circumstances, make sure to call upon the natural balancing abilities of Aries opposite, the Venus ruled sign of Libra. That's the axis we're on, Aries Libra. Taking time out for physical rest, this is aside from your nightly sleep sequence, and practicing master breath work sometime during your waking hours will tremendously assist in calming and centering you. Also, checking in with your tribe during this entire transit will also give you an idea of how everyone else is coping with this energy. All right. Now, also on yesterday, approximately 7 minutes after the portal opening, Aries new moon solar eclipse at 11:28 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, Chiron nestled within 1 degree of the sun, entering a purified state known as Cazimi. Now, the ancients considered when any planet got that close to the sun that it was actually in the heart of the sun. Now, we know the themes and the keywords for Chiron. I am definitely taking full advantage of the healing opportunities that are present for each of us, but for me personally, right now, it would behoove all of us to dive into every area and aspect of your life, and wherever there is toxicity, wherever there is pain, wherever there's a wound, wherever there is blinders on, wherever there's resistance to even acknowledge, face all of that shit one by one. Process, release, face it, process, release, and heal one by one. Once this station direct all of our limiting fears, personal obstacles, and external resistances that block us from fully tapping into our independence, desire, and personal power rose to the surface of our lives, either knowingly or unknowingly, to be honestly faced and dealt with efficiently and expeditiously. Don't be dilly-dallying with this. Go ahead, come on now. Go ahead and deal with it. You know, when I was a kid and you scratch yourself or cut yourself and put them OG original Band-Aids on, yeah, you couldn't like ease the Band-Aid off. You just had to just snatch that shit off of there. So yeah, just snatch them. All of our fears, all of our obstacles, all resistances, anything blocking you from your independence, desire, and personal power, it rose up and is rising up right now to be honestly faced and dealt with efficiency and expeditiously. This might mean becoming aware of areas where we may have censored, restricted, or silenced our own brash opinions, healthy aggression, and or vital life force. Many of us will feel the overwhelming urge to act out in angry displays of our temper and ready to clap back forcibly and succinctly. Not that I am looking for a fight. I'm in full control of my emotions and my intentions, and I am not actively looking for a fight or any trouble. However, let some shit walk up and it doesn't get past me. I'm wrecked. I got some smoke ready. I got some smoke ready. Verbal smoke, mental smoke, emotional smoke, and if it get down to it, physical smoke. I got a 2-piece and a biscuit for anybody. Bop, bop, bing. 2-piece and a biscuit. There you go. It's just time. The time for playing, the time for allowing others to determine who you are or what your worth is, the time for when you are considering other feelings and not your own, the time for being a lapdog and a doormat or a punching bag or a toilet for anybody, family or not, husband or not, wife or not, child or not, pet or not. It's over. It's over. If you will not stand up for yourself now, you never will. You never will. Any comments? Any questions? Anybody? No. All right. We all have to come to grips with facing up to any and everything about ourselves, our lives, and our lifestyles that are not the prettiest or the nicest or even the most honest and forthright. Yet we must each realize that this is our moment to draw the line on all of that shit and on all that is not aligned in and of our lives and lifestyles, and to reclaim our individual sense of personal dedication and direction and inner strength as we continue to awaken, ascend, and expand along our individual soul's journey. This is the only way to rediscover the magic that resides in each and every one of us. Just remember this. If we don't remember nothing else, just remember this. Being able to be like water during this transit is vital. Think about this. The ability to go from full frozen to boiling, all while staying true to the very essence and nature of oneself, is what will allow each of us to get into our own individual natural flow. Yeah, water can be frozen into ice cubes. And them same ice cubes can be heated up and boil. And you can take the boiling water off of the fire and it will return to its essence, its natural essence. It's still water. That's what we have to be mindful of during this transit. Being able to be like water during this transit is vital. To go from frozen to boiling while staying true to your very essence, to go from pissed off, mad, ready to clap back, to cold and quiet and ready to shut down, all while staying true to the very nature of who you are. That's what's going to allow each of us to get into our individual natural flow. And then finally, to wrap this part of it up, now adding even more fuel to this fiery event, Mercury will still be retrograde in Aries until it stations direct on the 25th. Everything we already know about how to handle and deal with Mercury retrograde still and always applies. I'm not going to go into all of that shit. Just be very mindful and exercise tremendous consideration and caution with your spoken words. Be very cautious when handling or doing anything with your technology. All of us should have already backed up files and backed up the cloud and put shit on thumb drives. We already should have done that. If you haven't, right after this call, do that. Also, right after this call, update your Windows operating system directly after this call. So be very cautious when handling technology, and regardless of the platform or the person, fact check everything that you hear. Everything. Talking out of turn or talking shit without receipts will put the wrong type of light on each of us and cause major and minor misunderstandings, and can lead to significant upheavals and interpersonal tension. Right now, we should all just be practicing this. Laugh at yourself, and the world laughs with you. Not at you, with you, is the motto for this transit. Stay focused on the end goal and keep pushing forward, no matter what. Yesterday was a day of rush and then rest. After the rest comes the push to thrive. Any comments, any questions, any concerns before I get into the Zodiac Natives particulars? Yes, Miss Lemons, go right ahead.
During the dark phase, because I said I was gonna sleep all day, but then it was like I had all this energy, so I'm like, I'm gonna just go with it. So I was on Twitter, and this girl tweeted, she said, go on Twitter right now and you're reading this, go read some affirmations right now. So I jumped off, and then the I am master self affirmation in me, that was one of the last things I read, and it was the last part of the moon when it was exactly, 100%. And then it was like, after I read that, I just sat there for a minute and was like, and then I got up today, and it was just like, boom, 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 boom. I'm like, okay, break.
Yeah, see, yesterday I was just floating along till it hit, and then when it hit, it socked me just like bam, like right on top of my forehead, and I couldn't sleep. I couldn't really meditate. I just sat and I just zoned and fogged and let my thoughts go where they were going to go. I had extreme intentions of completing my notes for this yesterday afternoon, so I could just get up today and just, like I said, I was going to get started on 7 damn projects this morning. I had 7 of them lined up, and I was going to do this for an hour on this one, and an hour on that one, and an hour on that one, and an hour on that. Yeah, no, my ass didn't get out of float until this morning. And then when I got up out of float, first thing Master Self said, hey, you better get your thoughts together for today, dog, and you can worry about them projects tomorrow. So yeah, I know the feeling, but I did wake up with that burst this morning. I mean, I woke up an hour earlier than I normally do, and I get up early any damn way. I was like, oh no, I can't do that. So yeah, I'm really feeling this. Really feeling this. Thank you for that, Miss Lemons. Anybody else? Nope. All right. We're going to the Zodiac Native Soul Vibes. Aries. Off jump, this one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse occurred in your sign, my ascending Aries natives, and it can push you to start anew in some significant manner, particularly regarding your personality, image, and confidence. This is a time to reinvent yourself in some personal way, such as with a new look or manner of expressing and presenting yourself. You are getting noticed and making a strong personal impression on others. While the energy of the eclipse can be a little disorienting at first, ultimately you can be more adventurous, seeking out new experiences, and even if you aren't consciously attempting to find them, experiences will find you. Get in touch with what you truly want, envision it, view it, and then go for it. However, keep in mind that while your personal plans and initiatives are in strong focus, and necessarily so, maintaining some balance in your life when it comes to paying relationships their due attention will go a long way towards your success. The Sun and Chiron aligned in your sign yesterday, and this annual conjunction assumes particular importance this year because it's tied to the eclipse. The spotlight is on your more unique qualities, yet it's also a beautiful time for self-honesty. Taurus natives, this one is for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse is designed to shake up an area of your life that needs awakening, my ascending Taurus native. In your case, this is about attention to rest, replenishment, as well as spiritual, mental, emotional, and physical health. This is one of a series of eclipses falling along your work and service axis that began a year ago and will continue until March 2025. The coming weeks are vital for soul searching. Much is going on underneath the hood. And if you've been overdoing your attention to work and duties, you'll now get a potent reminder that your emotional life needs some managing. As much as you'd love to shine and excel on the work and physical health fronts, pushing yourself too hard is not the answer. This is an important time for reassessing your priorities and considering ways to arrive at a better work-rest balance. The Sun aligned with Chiron in Pisces yesterday, and this annual conjunction offers a beautiful window into your vulnerabilities. Because it happens around the time of the eclipse this year, it's an especially potent influence. Strong energy is with you now for releasing yourself from something from the past or for understanding a problematic matter from the past in a new way. All right, Gemini natives, this one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse occurred in your social sector, my ascending Gemini, bringing your attention to your friendships, social life, and sense of belonging in your community or group settings. This eclipse first happened approximately a year ago, prompting a review of your friendships, networking efforts, and connections. Now you're getting another push towards establishing your life in these areas. In the coming weeks, there can be a stronger focus on making contacts and reaching out to others, as well as new beginnings and goals that involve networking, making connections with others, joining or strengthening ties in a group activity, and nurturing goodwill. If you've been holding on too tightly to difficult people or situations, circumstances could force the matter so that you can move forward. A bit of loneliness could prompt new plans to reach out. If your attention to personal projects or romantic affairs is at the expense of friendships, then you'll feel the need to strike a balance now. Emotional honesty, sharing your feelings with friends, and willingness to recognize others as integral pieces to your success and fulfillment. All of these things help improve existing friendships and possibly bring you new allies. The Sun and Chiron formed their annual alignment yesterday. And because this event happens so close to the eclipse, it's an influence that has more potency than usual. Someone special or memories of people from your past can spur you on or motivate you to pursue a dream. Cancer natives. This one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse calls your attention to career and life plan goals, my ascending Cancer. You are especially sensitive to your place in the world, and circumstances now can push you to set goals and to make plans and to even take charge. Getting the balance right between worldly and personal goals has been a big theme since last April and will continue to be a strong focus until March 2025. This is about defining who you are, what you do, and how you contribute. If your reputation or professional image needs work, it's a powerful time for making some important changes and edits. In the coming weeks, You are likely to be working towards new goals for self-mastery and self-discipline. For now, there can be some initial drama or a bit of chaos to deal with that pushes the matter. You may be feeling a little overwhelmed. However, all in all, this is about finding the motivation to get your life back on track. The Sun-Chiron alignment also occurred yesterday and has more power because it happens around the eclipse. It's time to discover and embrace your unique approach to taking the lead or managing others. And as you learn to do so, you'll find that people more readily see your value. Any insecurities you may have about taking charge of your life and responsibilities may be in the spotlight. While they can be triggering points, it's a powerful time for acknowledging fears honestly. All right, all right. Leo natives, this one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse stirred your desire for greater and more enriching life experience beyond your normal bounds, my ascending Leo. It's a time to initiate a change of pace in your life, whether through trips, learning, publishing, sharing, or other forms of adventure. Opportunities to broaden your horizons can present themselves in the coming weeks. Transportation issues can also be in focus, with new avenues for getting out and about opening up for you. This eclipse also brought some of you into contact with, it'll bring some Leos into contact with lawyers, professors, and or publicists. Since last year, you have been making important changes in making connections, in learning, and in promoting yourself and in getting around. It's helpful to keep the bigger picture in mind as you pursue your dreams and visions and to aim for more balance in your life. As much as you'd like to do, experience, and grow, there are limits of time and energy to consider. Chiron and the Sun aligned yesterday. It further opens you up to experiencing new things and taking a few personal risks. Look for people, places, and ideas to stimulate and inspire you. You might intuitively arrive at an idea or plan that points you in an exciting new direction. Virgo natives, y'all ready? Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse served as a cosmic push towards taking better care of your resources, relationships, and intimate life, my ascending Virgo. The first eclipse in this set occurred approximately a year ago, and the last will happen in March 2025. This period is strong for putting your financial affairs in order and dealing with dependencies. Leading a more empowered life does not necessarily mean fewer dependencies. However, it does mean eliminating unhealthy support systems. The focus now should be on making meaningful choices, dealing with bad habits, and managing money, particularly debts and shared resources. Matters of trust can also be brought into the spotlight, especially if you are spending too much time and energy on these issues. If you have been holding on too tightly to a relationship or a financial arrangement, this is a time to come to terms with that dependency. The emotional and spiritual side of your relationships and interactions is in stronger focus, and people and situations that are healing seem to be drawn into you. Sun and Chiron aligned yesterday, and because it's tied to that eclipse, it has increased influence over you, especially towards those dependencies. You are more open and willing to understand power dynamics, and you stand to learn much about your inner motives with the sun shining a light on these things. Libra, this is for y'all. This can be a time to gain a new perspective on your life through the eyes of someone else, my ascending Libra. The Aries new moon solar eclipse that occurred, the solar eclipse that occurred last year launched an eclipse that will continue until March 2025. And its theme is discovering your need for others while exploring your independence. Yesterday, the Aries new moon solar eclipse occurred in your partnership sector, which pushes you towards developing, enhancing, and improving a close relationship. Certainly, it can be about ending or starting a partnership, redefining an existing one, or defining what you do and don't want or need from others. The weeks ahead are strong for making contacts, making something public, or starting a new partnership. If you have been holding on too tightly to a complicated relationship, then circumstances now might push the matter. You may be struggling with your own substantial needs for personal freedom and ideally heading towards a better balance. Honoring others in your life or exploring relationship goals seems a vital route to fulfillment and success these days. That Sun Chiron alignment yesterday was powerful for healing a relationship or your attitude towards relating. And it's much more potent and far reaching than usual because it was tied to that eclipse. You are especially willing to learn from and with others, and there can be significant realizations about your relationships or relationship needs during this transit. For you, there is more self-honesty now, and while it could possibly be a little uncomfortable, it can also open doors to healing and growing. Scorpio natives, one's for you. Last year, the solar eclipse occurred in your work and health sector, my ascending Scorpio, and this kicked off an important cycle for taking charge of your physical and mental health. Yesterday, the Aries new moon solar eclipse occurred in the same sector of your solar chart, giving you another boost or cosmic push towards improving health routines and setting new goals and plans for your work and health. It's about starting fresh, and it may involve letting go of certain services, goals, and habits that no longer work for you. Critical thinking peaks, and you're focusing on the important details that drive your bigger goals and projects. This period is marked by a desire to sort things out and to be useful. If you've been holding on too tightly to a difficult situation, this matter may be forced to the surface now. As well, if you have been spending a little too much time avoiding responsibilities or neglecting personal health and daily duties, you will now feel the push to take charge and get yourself back on track. Yesterday, with that Sun Chiron alignment, it has much more punch than usual. This is a time for allowing for human imperfection and giving permission to yourself to be a little vulnerable. You can bring exceptionally creative and inspired touches to the work you do, or you could be intuitively drawn to a new path of healing or a work method that serves you especially well. Sag, one's for you. With yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse, new beginnings are in the works, my ascending Sagittarius, particularly related to your creative and romantic worlds. It's a strong time for setting goals related to celebratory, playful, creative, loving, and expressive activities and endeavors. Romantic power is strong, and so is your ability to make something new of your talents and hobbies. You are exceptionally aware of and sensitive to feedback from others, as well as how you and your creativity impact others. If you've been holding on too tightly to people or projects that have been keeping you from expressing your true self, this is a time for making important changes. Attention to your personal and social lives is strong, yet it's also essential to keep the bigger picture in mind on these fronts. Overdoing either will lead to stretching yourself thin and a feeling of being overwhelmed. So aim for a better balance. An honest and compassionate look at your needs, mainly related to self-expression, leisure, children, and romance, can pull up opportunities to heal, grow, and improve. The sun formed its annual alignment in your solar fifth house yesterday. And because of the eclipse, its powerful influence is increasing immensely for you. It's a good time to attract someone who truly appreciates you for your more unique qualities. Capricorn natives, this one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse helped clear the way for new beginnings, my ascending Capricorn, particularly on emotional levels and regarding your domestic life, living situation, and family. The coming weeks can involve shuffling your priorities and reorganizing schedules. This is about your support system, as well as how you nurture and support others and yourself. It's a good time for setting goals and intentions for long-range plans towards more security and for making improvements to your home and home environment. There can be some drama on the domestic front. However, this ideally leads to a fresh perspective or a new beginning. Keep in mind the larger picture of what this particular eclipse set that began last year and will continue until March 25th, 2025 means for you. You are striving for a better balance between your personal and professional responsibilities. So avoid overdoing either one or the other, or you will feel overwhelmed. It's a time to give extra attention to your loved ones and home and domestic routines, and it's strong for seeing and confronting your vulnerabilities and your needs. Aquarius, here you go. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse prompted the setting of goals and intentions, my ascending Aquarius, particularly related to communications, learning, and connecting. It activated an axis of your chart that rules how you make connections, how you learn about the world around you, how you get out and about, and how you reach out to others. A learning path or project, a style of communication, or even a method of transportation can end in order to make way for a new beginning. You have the energy to make improvements to your methods of communicating and commuting. A shakeup or some level of drama can occur now that motivates you to let go of outdated conditions, things, and situations so that you can move to the next level of growth. While there can be wonderful new opportunities to advance and shine, be very careful that you don't take on so much that you spread yourself thin. Because of the alignment of the sun and Chiron with the tie to the eclipse, it gives you extra power this year. You might find new channels or platforms for self-expression, and these can be more imaginative, creative, and ultimately more fulfilling. You have a more vital awareness of what's good for you, which can draw you in a new direction. And then finally, Pisces natives, this one's for you. Yesterday's Aries new moon solar eclipse is part of a set of eclipses that have you reworking how you are managing your money and talents, your intimate life, and your dependencies and support systems, my ascending Pisces. In the coming weeks, there can be a strong focus on what you own, materially speaking, and the level of your natural talents or what you have to offer others. It's a time to explore your sense of value and worthiness and how this affects your life. Aim to set realistic financial goals and discover ways to increase your income or earning potential. If you've held too tightly to a lifestyle or financial habits that haven't served you well, this is a time when circumstances could force the matter. While this can be a time to shine and grow, it's also important that you take your time to take action, since there's more to the story. This is also a powerful time for taking an honest look at your needs and vulnerabilities surrounding money, income, and your talents. Yep, the sun aligned with Chiron as it does once a year, and it was connected to the eclipse. It makes it more substantial this year. You may be confronting fears or insecurities about your talents or earnings. Yet, this opens new ways to heal, improve, and grow. That, ladies and gentlemen, are the zodiac native soul vibes concerning yesterday's Aries portal opening, Aries new moon solar eclipse. I'm gonna open up the floor now for any and all comments, concerns, questions, anything like that. However, first I want to say hey to my good friend David Baeza. Good to see you back, my friend. Good to have you in the house tonight, my friend. How are you and how have you been these days?
Oh man, I've been good, man. Good to hear from you and good to be on with everybody. You know, I could feel the vibes in the air, so I'm glad to connect.
Absolutely. Absolutely, man. Absolutely. It's so good to see you, man. And just know this, man. Every morning, all of y'all that's on this call and been on my calls, I send y'all positive outcome energy and mental clarity energy as y'all navigate to and through the issues of your days. So it's always wonderful when we can connect. So yeah, I want to open it up. How's everybody feeling? Was your the soul vibe, was it kind of confirming how you've been feeling and how you felt after yesterday, after the direct station event, and what's going on in and of our lives as we go forward? Don't all of y'all speak at
Hello?
once. Hey, go ahead, Jolene.
Hello? Hey, how are you? How's everybody?
Very good, very good.
Hi, David. Nice to hear your voice. It's been a while.
It has.
Oh, wow. It's been a while. So yeah, I am excited. I am excited. I I have been yesterday, I work with children now. It's like, oh my God. And I haven't worked with children as in a school in years, and I am physically tired. So between that and the eclipse, I am wiped out. I can't do it no more. So prior to like a couple of months ago, I decided to give up my 9 to 5 because I want my time now. I think I have, my mother counted my career years. She counted 28 years.
Mm,
Like
mm.
it's time. It is so
It is.
time. It is time. And I love when you first started talking about, it's not about, for me, it's not about clapping back. It's just about claiming mine now. Just,
Yes,
I have helped families in 4 freaking states. I mean, it's time for me. I want
it
to
is.
be, and I found a way where I can still be financially gaining financial every day. And so I'm so grateful it would be from home. I don't have to go anywhere.
Hey,
And
that's
I'm
the
just so
best.
grateful that I have this choice that I
That's the
can make
best.
now.
That
Yeah.
is
So
the best. Well,
so
we
I think
definitely,
I think it all mixes in now with the eclipse and what you're talking about and
it
how I'm
does.
feeling and stuff. Yeah.
It does. Well, we all definitely are going to stand and agree with you that when it is time, you will walk away from that 9 to 5 and fully and completely sustain yourself. And we are all in agreement for that, and we are all going to just just affirm with you that
Are
your
you there?
yeah, that your plan is what is going to happen. So we are grateful for that, and we will definitely I will definitely look in your chart and the other things I have for you, and I will reach out to you and give you a call, and we could map out exactly when this transition will take place.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Jolene. Anybody else? Nobody? Everybody good? We're all good? All right. If there will be nothing else going once, if there will be nothing else going twice, if there will be nothing else going gone. This has been On the Sevens with Pisces B Metatron, where we come to awaken to our mastered self, ascend with our evolving soul, and expand our consciousness mind. We are thankful and grateful for each and every one of you for your support and your encouragement. Please continue to keep On the Sevens with Pisces B Metatron a part of your soul journey as your mastered self awaits you. Let me leave you with this. What your name cosmically requires, and your soul spiritually desires, and your mind consciously inspires, your body will physically aspire, and your emotions will intensely transpire, and your intellect will proactively inquire, and your mastered self will most definitely acquire. Always be authentically you, unapologetically. Goodbye for now, Zen Uru.